Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be solving a puzzle genre called Extra Region Massive Puzzle. Now we have already covered a massive puzzle on our channel, and if at all you are looking forward to some basic tricks and techniques on how to solve a massive puzzle, I would really suggest you to check out the channel, and I will add the link in the description below for the older video where we have covered a massive puzzle. And this puzzle has been constructed by Philip Blume, and he is a really excellent author, and he has constructed many good sudokus in the past, and we have covered many of his sudokus on our channel too. He is one of the authors who is well known for creating party parity puzzles, and it's really an excellent he is really an excellent author. So I would really suggest you to check out his sudokus that are posted on LMD Logic Masters Germany portal. I will add the link in the description below for the collection of his sudokus where he is posting on LMD portal. And he has constructed this massive puzzle, the first ever massive construction that he has done. So I thought of making a video on this one, and it's really a different variant in a massive puzzle actually. So before going to the puzzle, I would really suggest you to check out the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. It will really motivate us to cover videos on daily basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below, and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming on to the puzzle, it's a loop variant, and according to the massive rules, you have to draw a single non-intersecting closed loop that passes through all of the circle cells in the grid. So it is not necessary that the loop has to pass through all of the white cells, but it has to pass through all of the circle cells. And how the loop behaves in each circle is given in the rules. So when the loop passes through a black circle, it always has to turn in the black circle, right? So there will always be a turn in the black circle, and the loop will always go straight in the white circle, right? And in the black circle, after turning, both the loop ends will have to go till the second cell straight. So after turning, it cannot turn in the next cell, right? It is not possible. So whenever a loop passes through a black circle, or maybe whenever the loop turns at the black circle, it will go straight till the second cell after it has turned in both the directions. So for example, if it has turned on the black circle, it has to go straight in both the directions till the second cell, right? That is what it has its work on the black circle. And whenever the loop passes straight to the white circle, in either of its the next cell, it will have to turn either in the one cell, right? So it can even turn in the both cells, but at least it has to turn, the loop has to turn exactly the next cell of the white circle. It can turn in both the cells, right, or just one cell, but at least it has to turn in the one cell after the white circle, right? So that are the rules of the massive. And with the extra constraint here, there are exactly 7 shaded cells here. As you can see here, there are 7 shaded cells, and each shaded cell, the loop behaves differently. So for example, one of the shaded cell, the loop would have to be, so as you can see here, these are the 7 shaded cells the loop can work on, or maybe the loop can pass through these 7 cells differently. So there are 7 different orientation that the loop can do. One cell would have to be empty in these 7 cells. 2 cells the loop will have to pass straight, and the other 4 cells the loop will turn, but in the different orientations. One will be this way, the other will be this way, third will be this way, and the fourth will be this way. So there are exactly 7 cells, and the loop has to go through 7 different ways in which one cell will not be passed by the loop, and it is upon the solver that how the loop will have to pass through, right? In which cell the loop will have to pass through which way, that is always on the solver to find out. And with that, we'll start solving this puzzle. It's really a very fun variant, I would say, a very fun idea. And thanks to Philip Blume for giving us such an excellent puzzle and opportunity to cover this puzzle type on our channel, right? So usually when we know that the loop has to turn at the black circles, it will always have to be this way, because it cannot turn this way. You'll need to go till the second cell, and it cannot turn this way at the edge. So this is the only way. And whenever the loop has come across a white circle, it will have to go straight, and then in either one of the white cells near to it, it will have to turn. It can turn on the both cells as well, but it has not turned on the upper cell, so it will surely will have to turn on the lower cell this way. Okay, I'm just drawing all the basic notations here that is seen in a massive puzzle. I would really suggest you to check out our earlier video on the massive puzzle. It will really be helpful. And this is this way. So this black circle cannot go up. So I'll just show you. Whenever you have two black circles near to each other or adjacent to each other, the loop will always repel each other, right? It will go in the opposite direction, and this cannot have a turn. So this loop segment will either have to turn up or down, and of course it cannot turn up because it will have to go straight till the second cell, and you have a branching here. Not possible, right? And now this would have to turn either down or up, but down it is not possible, so it would have to turn up, and we have already fulfilled. Okay, just a second, sorry, I'll just add the surface here. Okay, extremely sorry for the inconvenience. So the one of the I mean to say orientation has already been fulfilled, and then we can mark that here, right? Okay, so let's see if we get anything else here. Oh, this would have to be straight. So now the loop cannot go down, this would have to go up. And if this loop segment, that's a nice logic here. So if this loop segment goes up, anyhow it will have to connect to this one, and you form a simple small closed loop in itself. Not possible. You will only have to draw one single closed loop here. So this will have to go down, and any other basic thing here. Okay, this will have to go this way, this will have to turn this way. Okay, so this will have to go up this way. So we have drawn the all the basic techniques or basic loop segments here, and let's see if we get anything else. Oh, that's a really good logic. So a really smooth solve here. As you can see here, we have already formed this orientation here. So if this loop segment goes up, or if this loop end goes up, you have the same orientation twice. Not possible. So this will have to go straight. That makes this loop segment come down and go towards the left. Superb. So this will go this way, and I can just mark a cross here that both of these loop segments will have to turn. Okay, what happens if this what happens if this loop segment or this loop end goes up? You will have this loop segment touch this loop segment, right? It will connect to this loop segment anyhow, and you will again form a simple closed loop here. Single, not possible. So this will have to go this way, and this will go this way. And so you already formed one more orientation here. I'll just mark that here as well. This orientation is also done now, and this is this simple basic thing we have missed here. Okay, the same logic here. Awesome. So this cannot go towards the left because again you will form the same orientation as this one. So this will have to go down, which means that there has to be a turn in at least one of the cells, and the turn would have to be here. Nice. So we have formed the third orientation as well. This is a very smooth solve, a very good puzzle, I would say. A really smooth solve actually. So this has to go down now, and so as you can see here, both of the horizontal and the vertical loop, I mean to say the orientations have been already done, which means that this cannot go down and this cannot go towards the left. Both of these are now eliminated, and these goes up and this one goes towards the right. Nice. Oh, what an excellent piece of logic, guys. So I'll just mark the cross here, and what an excellent piece of logic here. I'm not sure if that was the intended solve path, but this loop segment cannot go down. There is no way possibility that this loop segment will go down, because if this loop segment goes down, either way, if this loop end goes towards the left or towards the down, both of the orientations are already done. This one is already done here, and going down is already done here, which means that this loop segment will go up, and this is the cell that will not be used by any of the loops. I mean to say will not be used by the loop segment. So we can just mark that we have already used the unused cell by the loop. Excellent logic here, and this would have to go up, this will again be this way, and which means that now we already know that there is a cell, or there is a gray cell that is not being used by the loop. So we are sure that all of the other gray cells will have to be used by the loop, right? Excellent. Which means that this gray cell will have to be used by the loop, and of course if this loop segments come down, if this loop segment comes down, it won't be used by the loop, right? It will either go towards the left and get stranded here, and if it will either go towards the right and it will not be used by the loop. So which means that this loop segment will have to go up, and now there will be a loop that has to be used, that has to use this gray cell, right? Which means that both of the loop segments will come towards the end and then turn. It cannot extend because then the horizontal orientation is already fulfilled, so which means it has to turn here, and this will turn here, and there is a cross here, so this will go up, sorry, nice. And this also would have to turn, but this cannot turn towards the right, so this would have to turn towards the left. This will go this way, okay, and this will turn this way, nice. So now this would have to turn towards the right, because towards the left there is no loop segment here to get to be connected with this loop segment, so this would have to go right and go up. This will also go up, right? And okay, so this will go this way. So we have marked all the orientations here. We have already done this orientation, and this orientation is already done here. So there is only one orientation that is remaining here, and that can be marked directly. So this cannot close, because then it will form a simple closed loop, and these both will be stranded here. So this will have to go up, and this will go up. Hooray, we have solved this puzzle correctly, right? What an excellent puzzle this was, right? A very fun puzzle, an easy puzzle, but it's always good to have some easy puzzles on our channel too, because that will really be good for the beginners. And it was really a fun puzzle to solve, I would say. A really very good idea, a very new idea, and I can say that I can create one of this puzzle idea by Philip Blume, right? A really good one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre. And don't forget to check out the description with all the links, the online solving link of the puzzle that we have solved today. I would really suggest you to solve that puzzle again yourself, to have the elegant solve path and the fun that is there in this puzzle. And don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.